What's up guys, it's DarkArmedDuelist, and today I'm going to be showing you 3 amazing Gaia combos that you need to know to play this deck. I absolutely love Gaia the Fierce Knight. It's a super fun deck to be able to play, so without further ado, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell there so you can become part of the notification squad, and definitely check out the Patreon down in the description below for all those awesome rewards. Like getting your name description in every single video, getting assigned cards to the mail, and even getting to request a deck profile every single month you're a patron. If you guys would like, check out the deck profile. As always, for every combo video, it's down in the description down below, so definitely go check that out. But without further ado, let's get straight on into this one. So for our first combo, guys, we're going to do a really simple combo, but one of the most important ones in the entire deck, which is having Gaia the Magical Knight plus Curse of Dragon the Cursed Dragon. So this is basically the bread and butter combo because all the combos in the deck are going to revolve around these two cards pretty much, being able to get these cards into your hand in some way, shape, or form so you can get them both on the field to fusion summon. So we're going to go ahead and normal summon out our copy of Gaia the Magical Knight, which always counts as Gaia the Fierce Knight, which helps us go into a bunch of different fusion plays. And the reason we can summon this card without tributing is because it has the ability, if you control no monsters or your opponent controls a monster with 2300 or more attack, you can normal summon it without tributing. So you don't have to perform 2 tributes to be able to summon out this card, which is great to be able to just get it on your side of the field. And if it's normal or special summoned, you can special summon a level 5 dragon from your hand or grave in defense position, which is going to let us summon out our copy of Curse of Dragon, the Cursed Dragon, which is great because this card is actually going to let us search the deck for a card that mentions Gaia the Dragon Champion, which we're always going to search out our copy of Spiral Fusion so we can go into a fusion play, which is really important. And this card is insane when you actually fusion summon because it makes it so you can make a basically OTK Dragon Champion, which is just so cool. So we're going to go ahead and activate our copy of Spiral Fusion once we search it off the copy of Curse of Dragon, the Cursed Dragon, fusing these two monsters away. And once you do, you summon out a copy of Gaia the Magical Knight of Dragons, which is absolutely crazy because when you use your copy of Spiral Fusion to be able to make it, it actually goes up by 2600 attack points, coming out at 5200, which is really cool because if you can fusion summon 1 dragon fusion monster from your extra using 2 monsters from your hand or field as fusion material, and if you special summon Gaia the Dragon Champion by this effect, it gains 2600 attack points. Also, it can make up to 2 attacks on monsters during each battle phase, which is really good with this particular card because it has an insane ability when it attacks, because it has a really cool effect that you can actually, during the main phase, quick effect, you can target 1 other card on the field, and this card loses actually 2600 attack points, and if it does, destroy that card. And when this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, make this card go up by 2600 attack points, which is insane that it'll go up by that much because it comes out at 52, and then it attacks, destroys a monster by battle, and it goes up to 78, and then you attack again, and it goes up to 10,400, which is insane. That's such a cool ability to be able to make this card absolutely huge, and you can pretty much OTK if your opponent leaves 2 monsters in attack position with this 1 card because it will get that big. So for this combo, guys, I'm going to show you how to make 2 fusion monsters with just these 3 cards to be able to make some insane plays, because we're even going to get piercing damage once we summon out these 2 awesome fusion monsters. And the cool thing about this is you combine this with cards like Book of Moon, Book of Eclipse to make it even better, but I'm going to show you guys a really cool play to summon out 2 really awesome fusion monsters. So we're going to do something very similar to the first combo, where we normal summon out our copy of Gaia the Magical Knight, special summon out our copy of Curse of Dragon, the Cursed Dragon, use its ability to search out a copy of Spiral Fusion, and then once we get our copy of Spiral Fusion, we're actually not going to use this to fusion summon right away. We're going to use Ultra Polymerization. So if you guys are unfamiliar with this card, you pay 2000 life points to fusion summon a fusion monster from your extra using 2 monsters that you specifically control as fusion material. Also, neither player can activate cards and effects in response to this card's activation, making it a speed spell for fusion spell, which is insane. Basically, kinda like Super Polymerization. It also has the ability to banish this card from the graveyard, and then target a fusion monster was fusion summoned with this card's effect, and then special summon all the fusion materials back to your side of the field from the grave, but change their attack and defense to 0. Also, to have their effects negated, which is fine, because we're not going to even need their effects because we have Spiral Fusion to make a second fusion play. So we're going to go ahead and fuse both of these cards away, and once we do, these are going to go to the grave to let us summon out a copy of Sky Galloping Gaia, the Dragon Champion. Then, once we do that, we have two really cool effects that we can actually go with our copy of Sky Galloping Gaia's ability and Ultra Polymerization. So Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2, banish this card from the graveyard and bring back both of our materials. Now, since our copy of our Sky Galloping Gaia was summoned, we can actually grab a copy of Spiral Spear Strike from our deck or graveyard to our hand, letting us add a copy of Spiral Spear Strike, which is really cool because your copies of Gaia the Fierce Knight, Swift Gaia the Fierce Knight, and Gaia the Dragon Champion on your side of the field get piercing damage, which is so cool to be able to do with this card. Plus, it has the ability, if it inflicts battle damage, if Gaia the Dragon Champion inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you can draw 2 cards and then discard a card to help you dig into the deck for more plays. And your copy of your Gaia Fusion monsters count as Gaia the Dragon Champion, just like your copy of Gaia the Magical Knight. So we're going to go ahead and fuse away our copy of our 2 monsters on our side of the field, which is going to be amazing to be able to summon out our copy of our Gaia the Magical Knight of Dragons. Now again, this card will come out with a crazy amount of attack points, which is just so cool, and it helps you OTK so easily because this card comes out at like 52, and this is at 26, which is fine because you're basically just using it to search out the copy of Spiral Spear Strike and clean up gains, because this card also has a really cool ability that when this card declares an attack on an opponent's monster, you can change the battle position of that opponent's monster, making it easy to do piercing damage with your copy of Gaia the Magical Knight of Dragons. Now again, you can combo this play with cards like Book of Moon or Book of Eclipse to make it super easy to be able to OTK your opponent, because this card can attack 2 monsters, and every time it destroys a monster, it will actually go up by 2,600 attack points, going all the way up to 10,000, over 10,000, which is just insane to be able to do with this one card. And then you also have a backup attack of 2,600 to be able to just go in for game, and it's amazing to be able to summon out 2 of the coolest fusion monsters in the entire extract to your side of the field to just basically go in for game, while also giving them piercing damage with Gaia's signature attack, Spiral Spear Strike. So for this one, guys, I'm going to show you what you do if you don't open up either of your monsters to go in for fusion plays, because you can actually fusion summon with just these 2 cards in your hand, and they're both field spells. So let me show you how that actually works. So what we're going to do is activate Gateway to Chaos, which is actually a Blackluster Soldier support card, but it's also a Gaia support card, because it has the ability, when this card is activated, you add a Blackluster Soldier ritual monster or 1 Gaia the Fierce Knight monster from your deck to your hand. So we're going to go ahead and activate our field spell to be able to add to our hand a copy of Gaia the Magical Knight. Now we have one of the 2 pieces that we're missing, and thankfully they gave us a really cool field spell for Gaia just for this occasion if we just have the copy of Gaia or Curse of Dragon, which is amazing. So what we're going to do is go ahead and overlay a copy of a different field spell over here instead of the copy of Gateway to Chaos, which Gateway to Chaos would actually be sent to the graveyard, and we're going to go ahead and activate a different field spell on top of it, sending the other one to the grave. Now the really cool thing about this card is basically with this card, if you have Curse of Dragon in the hand or Gaia in the hand, you basically reveal it in your hand to your opponent, and you add the one that you're missing to your hand. So for example, I would reveal Gaia in my hand to be able to add a copy of Curse of Dragon to my hand, or vice versa. If I didn't have the copy of Gaia, I could reveal Curse of Dragon to be able to add a copy of Gaia, getting the one that you're missing to your hand, making it super easy to fusion summon in the deck. And then finally, you're just going to do the basic play that we did in combo 1 to be able to normal summon out the copy of Gaia the Magical Knight, and then go ahead and special summon out the copy of Curse of Dragon, the Cursed Dragon, and then add to your hand Spiral Fusion, activating your copy of Spiral Fusion to go in for a fusion play, which is just amazing to be able to summon out our awesome boss monster, Gaia the Magical Knight of Dragons. Now keep in mind, a lot of these combos have been 2-card combos, so you can add a lot of other cool tech cards to this, like Ultra Polymerization, Book of Moon, Book of Eclipse, to be able to strengthen the combo. But I wanted to show you guys the basic combos of this deck, and this is one of the coolest ways to do it, because you honestly see how just having the field spells gets you to your awesome boss monster, Gaia the Magical Knight of Dragons, which also counts as Gaia the Dragon Champion. So that's going to do for this one, guys. I hope we did learn some awesome Gaia the Fierce Knight combos in this video. If you guys would like to check out the deck profile, as always, it is down in the description down below if you guys would like to check that out. And it's an amazing deck that can OTK your opponent extremely easily, summoning out awesome Gaia the Dragon Champion boss monsters to your side of the field. I absolutely love this deck. It's super fun to be able to play. It's very quick with its plays to be able to just OTK and summon out nostalgic boss monsters, and I absolutely love this deck. So that's gonna do it for this one, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell in there so you can become part of the notification squad, and definitely check out the Patreon down in the description below for all those awesome rewards, like in your name description every single video, getting assigned cards in the mail, and even getting to request a deck profile every single month to your patron. And we'll see you guys in the next video. See you later, guys!